Generally speaking, technology drives productivity gains, but it's deflationary.
Explain what that means in like a practical sense, maybe. That the technology.
So let's say that you have to pay a bunch of people to make a T-shirt, and then a machine is built that makes the T-shirt. The cost of the T-shirt goes down because one machine can just print out 100 T-shirts an hour, whereas it would take 5 people, 10 hours to make those 100 T-shirts or whatever it is, right? So a technology kind of emerges, and those people are now theoretically out of jobs. But what ends up happening is those people transition into new jobs that didn't exist before, and we end up seeing higher order work take place. Think about the world 200 years ago. Do you think we would have had any concept of people being Uber drivers or people, creating crafts and selling them on Etsy? Or
YouTubers, content creators,
people being yoga teachers or yoga teachers or psychotherapists.
OnlyFans.
Okay, well there you go, John.
OnlyFans or dog walkers or all of these service businesses or industries that simply did not exist before. And so the labor that that percentage of the population was involved in historically has gone away because it's been automated. As that automation has happened, it's allowed higher order services jobs to emerge, and that will be the progression of humanity forever. I will tell you guys, I was going to mention this. Have you guys played with Dall-e 2?
Yeah.
The other day?
Yeah, sure.
I got the login. I was my brother-in-law was visiting. We were playing with Dall-e 2 and making funny kind of
Explain
photo
what it
things.
is. Yeah.
So Dall-e 2 is developed by OpenAI. We all know Sam Altman. He's been leading that organization to great effect over the last couple of years. And what they're doing is they've basically scanned the web for images, tagged them, and then applied machine learning to basically allow natural language creation of images from scratch. So the AI can generate an image, and you can go to the internet and look at a bunch of these. But the imagery is incredible. I mean, the creative output, what feels like creative output from the system, where you just say, hey, make me an image of 4 guys doing a podcast on Zoom in the style of Van Gogh. And it creates this image that is unique, has never been created or seen on Earth before, and is a function of the learning that's been done in these neural networks to develop this AI that can create novel stuff. Is really amazing. And I started to think about what are the implications for this over time. Think about the original movie Ben-Hur in today's dollars would have cost $1 billion to make. They had thousands of people, I think tens of thousands of people on that set. It took years to make. They built giant sets. They could only make one film. It was an incredible feat and an effort. That's what movie making is, still today. There's teams of people. Now, what if you could speak to the AI and say, make photorealistic, Jason and Chamath having a battle on a field in the middle of nowhere, and now an airplane flies over, and you can instruct the AI, and the AI can generate photorealistic visuals, audio. The AI can even generate scripts and narrative for you. It really starts to change the role of the creator, the director. The director is no longer doing this thing where they have to get it just right, make the perfect 90 minutes, and then line up all the money and all the people to do that work on that plan, on that program. They can be much more iterative, and they can be much more creative on the fly. They can create a 2-hour movie by speaking to the AI, and then edit the movie by speaking to the AI, change the actors, change the color, change the voices, change the music, just speaking to AI to generate creative output. And people will consume that output. And I think it's amazing to think about what creators will end up doing 10 years from now as AI and these tools proliferate. And you see version 12 of this, which is version 2, and what version 12 might enable. And so the role, the number of people that can do that job goes from Steven Spielberg and Bob Zemeckis and a few other people to suddenly thousands or tens of thousands of people around the world making incredible movies. That's just
one. And here's Dall-e's image. Let's pull it up, of 4 guys doing a podcast. So we have a ways to go, but that is 4 guys doing a podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, I mean, and to your point, this is we're on version 2 of this.
So a lot of people are like, oh, is this going to wipe out graphic designers? Is it going to wipe out the creative industry? But the reality is, the roles that those people are in today will absolutely be gone, but they will emerge and evolve into new roles that we never even thought imaginable. That will really transform that industry and society. And this is going to be true across everywhere that AI touches.
Yeah,
and I think you'll see this in China.
Go ahead,
as China steps up their technology in manufacturing, you'll see those new markets evolve. Sorry, Chamath, go ahead.
Designers will have less leverage to ask for all these stupid snacks in offices of startups.
Well, I mean, you need only look at
designers are the worst. My God.
Oh, they're the best. I love them. But anyway, in the 1940s, I mean, there were literally hundreds of thousands of telephone operators. It was,
Totally.
And they're all gone now. And not only that,
Have you ever met a designer that didn't take themselves incredibly seriously, that didn't have like, tea that they would steep?
only the bad ones.
Loose
The
leaf
good ones take
tea that
themselves
they
very
would
seriously.
steep. They'd have like steel straws.
Video game designers are a little different.
I'm sorry, what did you say about the steel straws?
That was a.
There he is.
I have
By the way, on
I'm
video games,
eliminating waste in my life.
I mentioned to you guys last year this video game I played over Christmas by Annapurna Pictures, and the guy that runs the studio sent me a DM. He loves the pod.
Oh, that's nice.
And they just launched a new video game, which I started playing a couple nights ago, called Stray. And you literally you play the game as a cat lost in some crazy world. You're literally a cat.
That's awesome.
The imagery on this thing is unbelievable.
That's
Actually,
awesome.
my favorite game right now, Sax, is I play a cat, and I'm a stray cat, and it's really amazing. And the AI,
Jacob,
finding mice is really hard.
You should go play the game.
Yeah, I'm going to take a hard pass on that.
I like to play a game where I'm a stray dog and I meet another dog, and then we eat a bowl of pasta. But this long string of pasta, we each come closer and closer, then we end up kissing. Nom, 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 nom.